We're going to do an applied problem. There are 7,000 students at La Paloma College, and 5/8 of them live in dorms. How many live in dorms? And when we do an applied problem, we use the 5-step problem-solving process, and the first step of that process is to become familiar with the problem situation. We'll familiarize ourselves with the problem. Now, this is pretty straightforward. There are 7,000 students, 5/8 of them live in dorms. So what we're really wanting to know is what is 5/8 of 7,000. And we need to assign a variable to that number that we're looking for. So let's say we'll let D equal the number of students living in dorms. Now, the second step of our process is to translate this problem to an equation. And the translation would go something like this. We would say, how many students is 5/8 of 7,000 students? How many students, that's what we're looking for, and we assigned that the variable named D. So we would say that D translates to equal 5/8 of translates to a multiplication. So we would say 5/8 times, and the 7,000 students translates to the number 7,000. So we've translated to the equation D is equal to 5/8 times 7,000. The third step is to go ahead and solve the equation. Remember, our equation is D equals 5/8 times 7,000. So we just need to do the multiplication to solve the equation. Multiplying, we have 5 times 7,000 over 8, and we need to simplify this fraction. I can write 7,000 with a factor of 8. 7,000 is equal to 8 times 875, and I'll rewrite 8 as 8 times 1. And now I see that I have a factor of 8 in both the numerator and denominator. So I can write this as a product, 8 over 8 times 5 times 875 over 1. 8 over 8 is equal to 1, so I have 1 times this number, 5 times 875 over 1. And when I do that multiplication, I get 4,375 over 1, or just 4,375. Now, the fourth step in the process is to check the solution in the original problem. And the original problem told us that we were looking for 5/8 of 7,000. It required us only to do this multiplication. So the best check that we can do is just to go back and repeat the calculation and make sure we haven't made any arithmetic mistakes. And when we do that, we see that this is the correct answer. So we go to the last step in the process, which is to state the answer in a complete sentence. And we would say that 4,375 students live in dorms.